going to tell you about a Mr. Wright. The year is 1957. He's at UCLA Medical Center, dying of a very advanced metastatic cancer. And as he's in the hospital, he's only given like a couple of days left to live. That's how close to death he is. But he was able to look at the newspaper, and he discovers there's a drug being tested at a few hospitals around the country. And as one of the hospitals is where he is, UCLA Medical Center. And so he pleads with the doctors to give him this drug. But the problem is there's an inclusion and exclusion criteria to get into a clinical trial. And he didn't meet the criteria because you're supposed to have 3 to 6 months to live to get into the trial. He only had a couple of days left to live, but he pleaded with the doctors. So they figure, okay, we'll try it. We'll give him 1 dose. So Friday afternoon, they give him a dose, and they figure he'll be dead by Monday, and then they'll give his dose to someone who can really benefit. But his doctors were in for a surprise, because Monday morning, he was up and around, cured of cancer 2 days later. None of the other patients given this drug, carbamazepine, got any benefit whatsoever. He's up flying around in his plane 10 days after discharge, 12,000 feet with no oxygen. And he's going along great until he reads an article in the paper that carbamazepine has been found to be a worthless drug because they had these trials going on all over the country. None of them produced any results. Only one patient got better, and that's this guy, this Mr. Wright. So he reads this, and he's back in the hospital. He lost all hope. Whatever had cured him has now worked against him. This is the power of the mind. It works both ways. So his doctor makes up this ridiculous story. He says carbamazepine really is as promising as it had seemed, but the early shipments had deteriorated rapidly in the bottles. We now have a new super refined double-strength product due to arrive tomorrow. So Mr. Wright is all excited again. He's very enthusiastic about getting the carbamazepine. Little does he know, he wasn't about to get carbamazepine again, because they couldn't even give it to him, even if they wanted to, because it's no longer available. So they pretended they were giving it to him, and they gave him normal saline. This is a doctor's published account of what he said at that time. He's back up in his plane, flying around at 12,000 feet with no oxygen. This is after receiving saline solution that he believed was this magical drug that didn't cure anyone else. Until, again, the final report from the American Medical Association comes out. The final report says carbamazepine conclusively has been proven worthless, and it's just a thing of the past. This is the thing. What happens? He dies of loss of hope. Did he really die of loss of hope? He had cured himself of cancer twice. That's the thing that fascinates me about this. He was given carbamazepine on a Friday afternoon, and 2 days later, he's cured of cancer. This has been published in a medical journal. This is real.